local cable channel 1303 or via the internet at townhallstreams.com and selecting Bucksport. Comments and questions can be sent to slassard@bucksportmaine.gov. Call to order, Larry Wall,
Here.
Steve St. Peter,
Here.
Mark Eastman's here, Chris Johnson,
Here.
and Linda Moore is absent. Approved minutes of the July 18th, 2024 meeting. Any input or changes?
I read it and I approve.
So motion from Steve.
Yep.
To be honest, I haven't read it.
I'll second the motion.
Okay. All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor? Motion passes.
Mr. Chair, I'll be
Yep.
quick. I was gonna ask to address an item not on the agenda, which was a site review plan for the Lanford Cemetery.
Yep.
But because of the difficulties of people not getting to that until the last minute, I won't be bringing that up. So we'll do it next meeting.
Yep.
Thank you.
Fair enough. Some of this is gonna be tough this week because we don't have Sue or Brendan.
Travis, back to the Lanford Cemetery, I do have some information on that, so I would kind of like to talk about it.
Sure. Go ahead. Do you wanna take up an item not on the agenda?
At this point, yes.
Okay, I'll make the motion, take up
And
an
I'll
item.
second it.
All in favor? Go ahead, Larry.
Big J called me the other day and wanted to know about moving the stones and what came out of the meeting that we had on site review. I told him and I informed him that we would move the stones, stone or stones.
Yep.
So what he suggested is that once we get the stones moved, to contact him, and then he would proceed with.
So that's something we should, and how, do we have a plan, or was it something with Whitney, or
Well,
I could help if?
Whitney has looked at it, and she has agreed, and she looked at it and agreed to move them, and I can help her.
Okay.
I think there's 2 stones that have to be moved, plus the little ones.
Yep.
I think 3 small ones.
Okay.
So, with your approval, can have Whitney do it.
I'll make a motion to allow Whitney to.
I mean,
move those
it would
stones.
fall under the same
Yeah.
funding.
Yep,
Right.
I second it.
Okay.
Could we just keep track of the day that it happens, just for the record, that's all?
Sure.
And then we'll keep track of the day when they return,
So,
just for the record, so.
Yep.
so she was up here last week, did some work on Oak Hill.
Yep.
And so she won't be up for a couple more weeks,
Okay.
just so you know.
And are you gonna somehow, I don't know, mark with something abroad or something, or?
Yeah, we'll mark it with something.
And once it's done, are you gonna contact Big J, or should the
I'll
town?
contact.
Okay, thank you, Larry.
Okay.
Yeah, just following
But-
through how it's gonna happen.
He is gonna drop it into the gully, like we discussed.
I mean, I can't imagine,
There's nowhere else to
yeah,
drop it.
and there's nobody that's gonna be upset about that.
By the way, that cemetery doesn't show on the town tax online system that they
It
have.
does, well, it made it show, it
It should,
depicts it, but it doesn't,
I
I
don't
don't
see,
think it says anything.
I don't see anything there on Lanford Cemetery on any of the squares that go along there. But anyways, that's not here there, it's just,
Yeah, sure. So we had a motion and a second to approve Whitney to move the necessary stones to bring in Big J.
Yep.
All those in favor? Opposed? Motion passes. I mean, we really, I don't have much information
There's
unless
no
somebody
inf-
else
no,
does on
I
A, B,
understand,
or
no.
C.
and I was hoping that Jay would be here, because we've been trying to get him to come to these meetings. I don't know if you've had the opportunity to talk to her, but let's move on from that one too.
Okay, just 'cause we're a little tight this
Yeah,
month.
and then the Oak Hill update, if you're ready for that.
Yeah, you got anything to add?
I don't have anything to add. Do we know if we have a vendor yet for that? You know?
I do not know that, Chris.
Okay.
I mean, I can make, I'll make a list to see where we're at with that.
And basically, that's what I did with the agenda, is following up some of the questions we had.
So vendor status, which it hinges on, stumping or grinding the stump status.
Did we determine that was gonna be the town that did that, or?
That's my recollection. Go ahead.
I can speak to that. They have started the stump grinding. They did,
Did they get some of the locusts a few weeks back?
a couple weeks ago. They started, and they got the one big locust stump that was up near Wilson Hall. It's in the cemetery. They got that one.
Mhm.
And 2 or 3 other ones, older ones that were in the cemetery, within the bounds of the cemetery.
I see they still got the big one to go.
But they've got the big one. Well, anyway, what happened is that the machine broke down. Okay,
Ah.
so that,
I was kind of surprised
So-
because I would have thought they would have just gotten them all in one swoop. But
so I was talking to Jason Stubbs the other day, and it's out for repair. Possibly is repaired by now, but they're gonna continue at some point.
okay.
Thanks, Larry.
Yeah, and I can, or either any of you can mention it to Sue next week.
Yeah, Calvin, I'm sorry, I'm leading the thing here. I'm done the Oak Hill update. I just wanna know about the vendors. Obviously, with Sue not here, it makes it hard to answer some of these agenda
Well,
items.
it was my understanding that the vendor that Sue was gonna use is one that the town has used in the past, like the one down by the sewer treatment plant.
That's my understanding, and I was
I don't
also
know.
under the understanding that she wanted to wait for all the stumps to be out because the pricing would be more advantageous if that wasn't a factor. That was what I recall. But I'll talk with Sue, and if she's not unable to make the next meeting, maybe we'll,
But I'm hoping that
I'll
will
have some
happen,
of that information.
happen this fall.
I'm there with you. It's the hope, because nothing seems to go down in cost.
Catholic Church parking lot stones I threw in there, but I have nothing to add to it. I haven't gone up and looked at
I
it.
haven't
I
either.
just wanted to keep it on the agenda because it was brought up by Linda.
I think I did
last-
find that there was a house back there. Oh, there was a house out front where the
Right, there was
parking
one
lot
out
was.
front there, yeah, and there was, I remember it when I was little, but I don't remember much about it, that and the house next to it.
Oh,
Anyways, I didn't
got
go
some
up there to look at
interesting-
it, to see it.
Interesting information on that.
Okay.
So I showed Whitney that, she wasn't aware of it before, that the half stone that's up there.
Yep.
And then I got thinking, that's a half stone. The one up by the town garage is a half stone. So she did her magic and put them together.
So they are one and the same.
They
We know-
appear to be one and the same.
Now we know where it came
Half,
from.
half is at the town garage and half is at the back of the Catholic cemetery.
That must have been brought in when, or taken away when they did the parking lot there.
So the question I have, I looked up Hatch, and I think it was Linda mentioned everybody at Hatch lived in Castine, which they still do, at least when I was going to school. But now that you've commented about that, Larry, that the two pieces together, were you able to determine if there was any more information on the second piece that would allow us to understand who it was?
Whitney did some investigating on Hatch, and she found the gentleman's name on a tombstone on the Back Ridge Road in Orland, I think.
Being
It'd be the same name, same
birthday?
birth and death date,
Oh, interesting.
but she wasn't able to find anything more since.
Well, do you remember what the first name is on it?
I'm trying to find it.
Okay. Because I've been looking, I've looked through Ancestry, I've looked through a whole bunch of different services, and
Bear with-
everything points to the Castine crowd.
Bear with me a second.
There was one Hatch in Bucksport, but it was like,
Oh,
I'd heard that it was 1838 was the end date, the death date, but everything that Hatch for Bucksport, I think, was before that by about 20 or 30 years.
no, I can't blow it up.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I can see it barely.
Jonathan Hatch.
Jonathan Hatch.
Thank you. That helps.
Really,
That helps.
What do
a
you
lot.
make of the same person being in two different places? Because you said they were same birthday, right?
Oh, so it had been repaired too, hadn't it? At one
No,
point?
she photo,
Oh, she
Put it together.
put it
She put it
together.
together.
Oh, well done.
Wow.
Thank you. Could you email that to me sometime?
I'll try.
Thank you. There's no hurry, and I'll just put it in the records.
So she's still looking into it.
Great.
I was looking into it a little bit as well. That's as far as I got. It's pretty interesting.
That is interesting, yeah.
If I hear anything, I'll get it to you folks about it too.
So it's Jonathan Hatch, as far as we can figure out.
If there's any dates on there, if you can find some dates in the future, let me know. That would help too. But I heard 1838 is the death date on the stone. It was a few meetings ago.
I don't
Anyways.
think that's correct. Jesus, I should.
I see, I don't know what we're gonna do about that, or what we can do about that. I mean,
1876 is the date of death.
oh, that's great. Thank you.
1876, and it was
That end date will really help.
1798 maybe.
Yeah, so it is a.
Whatever
78
works
years
out to 78 years old.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, that would be right.
Okay.
Huh.
Because it said he was 78.
We'll find something, I'm sure. I know that the Historical Society has some stuff on hatches. I saw it the other day. But I'll report back whatever I find.
I've never seen on an old map a cemetery back there.
I don't either. I
don't
don't
recall
know.
one.
No. No.
Okay. I did ask Sue about the legal right of way earlier this week. Yeah, I don't really have a clear answer.
Well, you were gonna maybe talk to Mr. Jerome, I believe, was that?
And I'm happy to do that. I mean, my preference was to know.
Wait till the lawyer says.
To
Yeah.
know whether you
Yep.
can, because if we said to him, you can't do that, I mean, it's not legal, he might be willing to just relinquish it.
I
And
understand.
I'm less worried about him than somebody down the road saying, I wanna
Yep.
drag wood through there.
Yeah. Alls I've done with this agenda, just to update, and it's hard for all of us to update. Other items not on the agenda for discussion? I'm sorry, I interrupted here, it was
That's okay.
9:17. I got traded emails with Elizabeth Ash Snow today about James Ginn, and asked her, about where we can go from here, and she said give her a few weeks. She would like the Ramusik chapter, is that how you say it, to be involved in that stone, or that memorial placement. But she said, I will be back in touch, and that's where it's at right now. I think it's gonna happen, but they would like to be involved in that as well. So
Sure.
Okay.
I just wanted to update you on that. 'Cause I
As
hadn't
they-
heard
as they
anything.
should.
So I got to see Whitney at work at the Oak Hill Cemetery with Larry, and I got to help move some of the stones, and she put gravel, and then we put it back into place, and she showed me how that was done and stuff like that. So I came the next day and we took care of I believe the last name was Darling's headstone. So it definitely looks like it would be a cool thing to do. I'd like to give a quick shout out to Whitney. She does a great job, and she was showing me how she does everything. She explained it, and I took pictures. I can't seem to find them. I was gonna show you guys some of the pictures, and she does a really good job. So I just want to give a quick kudos to her.
That's nice. Thanks for that update. Thanks for helping.
Not a problem. Anytime.
Anybody have anything else not on the agenda?
I'm all set.
I'm all
Okay.
set too.
I know we need to get out of here, so.
Yeah. Unfortunately. Next meeting is September 26th,
Okay.
4:30, if that is agreeable with everyone else.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. If nothing else, item 7, I'd take a motion.
So moved.
52.
One second.
Okay, motion and a second. All in favor? All right.
Did we do good, Mr. Chair?